What is up, gents? Welcome to this new episode of the BRUCAST. We've been gone for a while, guys. We've been gone for a hot minute, but we're back now, and this channel is now all about manning up, masculine improvement, becoming the best man you can be. And for that reason, this first episode, guys, is going to be laying out sort of an introduction as to the types of thing we're developing here. And we're going to start a little superficial, but we're going to end on a bit of a deeper note. And so this video is titled Things That Women Really Find Attractive About a Man. And the reason why is in this age of toxic masculinity and feminism and the patriarchy, there's so much bullshit going around, guys, about what men should be like, what women actually find attractive in a man, all these things, guys. Because let's be honest here, taking dating advice from a woman nowadays is stupid, because she's probably gonna lie to you. And listen, people might not like that I'm saying this, they might disagree with me, but here's the reality. In this society, it's not politically correct to say the things that I'm going to say here. It's not politically correct anymore to say that you care about looks, that you care about how much money a man makes, that you care about, if you're a man, that you care about whether a woman is a land whale or not, that you care about whether she's submissive, whether she is going to let you lead. It's not politically correct to say these things anymore. But now we're going to start, guys. We're going to start with, it's not even four, it's the three main things, guys. We're going to start with the three main things, okay? And it's actually 4 F's, but 2 of them form part of the first category. The first category, guys, is fitness and fighting. This is a very interesting study. By the way, guys, all of this is factually based. This is all based on studies, hard facts. And guys, this video is amoral, meaning that I'm not talking about whether any of these things are good or correct right now. I'm just talking about what is the biological reality of the situation. Okay, so first thing, fitness and fighting. Guys, very interesting study about, and I'll throw it up here on the screen, about a direct correlation between a man's perceived strength and his attractiveness level. Now, in the study, they took about 160 ladies and they showed them pictures of different men, and there seemed to be a very strong correlation between how strong they perceived these men to be and how attractive they found them. It wasn't exactly the muscle mass per se, but although, but the women had a good eye for whether they thought he was stronger or not, and then that made him more attractive. Right? And there's a second component to this, guys, which is being able to fight. It's so important as a guy to be able to fight, right? Why? Well, the fitness and the fighting has to do with your competence, right? This traditional, now sexist idea that you're supposed to be able to protect your family, to be able to protect a woman, because guess what, guys? The reality again, if you put a woman up against a man, the man's gonna win every single time. We don't want to say that anymore, but it's just the reality. So being able to fight and protect is really important, and it's part of what it takes to be a competent man. And to get a little bit deeper here, guys, we're talking here, when you learn to fight, about developing the bad side of yourself. I would say bad here in the modern context, where the violent and aggressive side of yourself, that's really not bad, that's necessary, that you have to develop. Right, we've been told by society now that, oh no, you just need to be a nice guy, and competition is stupid. Well, guys, that's complete. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, it's never made sense, because men have always needed to be powerful and capable. And guys, these are the 2 important things here that you're gonna see. I'm gonna pull out of these things that women find attractive: competence and resilience, guys. Men need to be competent and capable, and you need to be resilient. And fighting teaches you that resilience, and that resilience is being able to, guys, as Rocky said, it's not about how many times you can take a hit. It's about whether you can take that hit, get up, and keep going. That's what the resilience aspect of this is, guys, and that's a little bit on a deeper level. So fitness and fighting, guys, having the capacity and the competence, right, being able to integrate the dark, aggressive part of yourself and make it something that's useful and good. Right? That's part of your responsibility, and it's also something that makes you attractive. Second thing, guys, we're going to look at finances here. Now, again, we start superficially. We talk. Interesting thing. Many studies show that women do not date men who make less money than them. They expect a man who makes at least the same, if not more money. Now, obviously, there's always exceptions to the rule, but as a rule, that is the reality. And if you're not making money yet, generally, the consensus, and this is something that's more anecdotal, but is that if you don't have the money, you have to have the passion and the drive to be able to make success. That's what women are going to be looking for. Right? Very important here. And again, this adds to your competence, right? Your ability to show that you are capable, to show that you can provide, right? Remember that old saying about being able to protect and provide, guys. As much as they want to pretend that that's outdated and chauvinistic and misogynistic, guys, it is the reality that this is what we are wired for. This is just the facts. So we talk about competence, guys, and we talk about resilience. And these first two things, your ability to, your fitness and ability to fight, the competence and the resilience there, and then the finances, the ability to provide, these things feed into, we call it getting freaky, but really what we refer to here is, a lot of people call it game. We talk about confidence and charisma, guys, right? Or character. Now, character is more moral than just confidence and charisma. So I use confidence and charisma temporarily now, just because we're talking purely about the facts. Guys, if any of you have listened to Jordan Peterson, you guys will know his analogy of the lobster and the top lobster. And the more the lobster wins, the more his serotonin levels increase and the more likelihood that he will win. Again, guys, very interesting studies done on men show that having higher testosterone actually makes you more likely to approach and talk to women, but that act in and of itself increases your testosterone again, which makes you more likely to go repeat the process. And so, guys, if you've ever read the Bible, you'll know the Matthew principle. To those who have, everything will be given. To those who have nothing, everything will be taken from them. And guys, the reason is because there's an exponential increase to life, guys. The more you have, the more you get. And so the more confidence you have, the more build up, the more you get. And here's the thing, right? Fitness, fighting, all these things also increase from a purely hormonal aspect, your testosterone levels. But here's the fantastic thing. The more you better yourself from a fitness, fighting, a financial perspective, the more you're actually going to increase the confidence that you have, right? And the charisma that you have. And those two go very much hand in hand, because the way that you handle yourself, if you are somebody who is competent, is like you are somebody who is competent. And that perception will actually cause you to act in that way in and of itself, thereby repeating the process, guys. And then you exponentially build this ability, right? And the more you grow, the more you will grow in the future, because it's an exponential equation. It's not linear. That's the fantastic thing. And so we get into the bit of this deeper question, guys, about what men should be like. Now, these are the three things that we've talked about that women look at and that they will find attractive. But why? Right? And now we've talked about the biological value. This is what they're attracted to, whatnot. Okay, they want to protect and a provider. I'm going to look at it from a bit of a deeper perspective here. I read this interesting book that I'll do a video on soon called Wild at Heart. And it's a bit more of a religious perspective on these sorts of things. But even if you're not a Christian, I really suggest reading it, because they have this really interesting example. It goes through the journey of masculinity. But what it touches on really well is the fact that men and even people generally, guys, we are built to adventure. We aren't built to be stagnant creatures. We're built for adventure. And women want a man who will take them along on the man's adventure. Oh my gosh, that's so misogynistic, so sexist. I can hear it already in the comments, guys. But here's the problem. that's a reality, and it's reflected in the studies of what women find attractive. And well, what are those things again? It's competence and resilience. If you really boil down financial success, fitness, fighting ability, the ability to protect and provide, they want a man who is competent and a man who is resilient, right? A man who can provide and develop, and a man who can get up when he's hit down, right? These are the things that make you a man. Now, I have some detractors from the Red Bull community who will probably say I'm a bit of a trad, and to that I'll say, well, listen, I laid out the facts and then brought the morality into it afterwards and what I think personally, so I don't think that's fair. And obviously I've talked, the lefties will say I'm a misogynistic asshole, which I mean, you know, nowadays that's meaningless. So, but the point is, guys, in a world where we are feminizing men, where we are quite literally letting them chop off their genitals and turn themselves into women, in a world where we are telling men that you shouldn't have any control over your emotions and you should just cry because that's good, even though when men really let loose of their emotions, it's dangerous. In a world where we say you shouldn't compete because competition's bad, even though we're wired for competition, even though we strive to be better, we strive to be the best because that's what we are built for. In that world, guys, what I'm trying to do here is really to provide a place where we talk about how we can become the best. Because becoming competent and resilient is the most important thing that you have to be. Those two things, guys, are what make you a man. The morality comes into that as well. But I'm going to try, even though I will get biblical sometimes and a little bit religious and ethical, I'm always going to try and base these things on the facts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this and you'd like to see more of this type of content. I've got a video coming out. We're going to do weekly now. I'm going to bring in the goals. If you guys have ever watched Fresh and Fit, you'll know what that's sort of like, except it'll be a little more personal. I'm going to invite less goals but talk to them personally. I'm also going to make sure I get a more of a distribution. Not saying that they don't have a distribution, but I'm also going to get on some more traditional conservative goals, the rarity nowadays, who still believe that the man should be the head of the household, and what that's like, and what it's like for them trying to find a man in today's age, where I've heard very much that we've turned men into weak, spineless, absolutely spineless people, and that they can't find a husband now, and they can't find a man who's capable and resilient, or competent and resilient. So guys, stick around if you like this sort of content. I'll see you guys next time.